This episode of The Horror Basement is brought to you by Knoxville Horror Film Fest, starting October 21st through the 23rd. For more information, check them out at knoxvillehorrorfest.com. Welcome to The Horror Basement, Tennessee Horror News Podcast, coming to you from the Tennessee Horror News Studios. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Roy, and as always, you know who we have with us here: the myth, the legend, the horror man, Jim James.
What's going on, guys?
And today on the podcast, we have writer-director Bobby Roe of The House is October Built, a film that came out in 2014. Bobby, how's it going? We appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you guys having me on. It's that time of year again, so I'm getting excited. Halloween's right around the corner.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we get very excited for Halloween. Of course, your movie's about haunts and going around and visiting haunts, and that's what we love to do.
I think the end of September they start up haunts around here. Where do they? What time of year do they start? Like the end of September also.
Some of the places we were filming at, they were middle of August.
Middle of August.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. Some of these get going.
Wow, middle of August. That here, yeah, they're starting to finally get the middle of September.
Yeah.
So the middle of August seems crazy to us here.
Yeah, it's nuts, but then the people must be coming.
Oh yeah. I would love to have be able to have a haunt to go to.
2 months out of the year, that would be fun though. Like if you had 2 months to get to it,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And your movie, so when you went to these haunts, it was the actual night of a haunt?
Correct, yeah. We were, Zach and I, who stars in the movie, but we've been filmmaking partners for a while, and our biggest thing was we wanted that authenticity. We wanted it to feel real. So, we had the option of building sets for some of these haunts, but that didn't make any sense to us. Why would we do that when somebody's kind of already perfected it and done a really good job, and it would have that feel? It's living, it's a breathing place. So we made sure that every place that we picked was a real haunt, and we did it on real nights that they were open. So if you were there that night, most likely you were in the movie.
Oh, wow, that's wild. Because every haunt you went to, there was a lot of people there. Or it seemed like there was.
There's some of the people, they get 6,000 to 7,000 a night, some of the big ones.
Jeez.
But yeah, it was pretty neat. It was Bloody Disgusting asked us to make a map, a haunted map, or a haunted house map of where we went, so fans of the movie could go do the same path we did across the states. So that was kind of neat. So we wanted to make sure we gave a nod to all the haunts that kind of opened their doors to us as well.
That's pretty awesome. So what states? You hit multiple states, correct?
Yes, we. For the movie, there was a lot of Texas and a lot of Louisiana, a little bit California.
Oh wow!
And then when we did the press tour for the movie, when it opened, they put us on an RV. Again, we went from California we went to haunts in Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, wrapped all the way up into Telluride, which was our American premiere was at the Telluride Horror Festival. So that was just neat to kind of go to haunts that way, making sure that we saw as much as we could. And what was really neat is a lot of the scare actors. They were just really excited because nobody's really put their job on the big screen before, and they, a lot of them work really, really hard. A lot of people didn't know what they did, so hopefully that kind of highlights what they do.
All right. So in the film, when the scares are happening, Brandy, she's jumping back. Is that like an actual fear or scare? Or was that?
So some are actual, real genuine moments. Some are, little movie magic. But
okay,
most of the stuff, I never allowed Brandy to do a walkthrough with us when I was trying to, feel out just where the camera would be, stuff like that. She never would do walkthroughs, so because I wanted whatever scares did pop around the corner that, her yells and her screams were real.
Yeah, it gave it the more genuine feel. Because, like I said,
absolutely,
I watched the film today for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I mean, just the whole concept of, we're going to go on a road trip, and it'd be badass to go on a road trip and just hit up haunted houses with a group of really good friends and ride around and just do that. Have a few drinks here and there.
Yeah, it was an amazing time. I mean, filming the movie and then just trying to separate yourself and say, look, this is a dream trip we always want to do our whole life anyway.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, make a movie on top of it. So,
yeah,
I think I found this movie on, I'm not sure if it was Twitter or where I found out about it, and I was excited to see it. So I finally watched it, and it was. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
instantly.
Jim, he's a haunt guy. He loves haunted houses. It's just he's a little kid. He's not going to admit it now, but he wants to open up his own haunt. If he had the ability to, he would. So like when he heard about this movie, he jumped all over it.
Oh yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, the haunt industry, from what we've seen since, I don't know if you guys have the Blu-ray or you watched it on Netflix, but there's an original doc that we did on it in 2011, which is a special feature on the Blu-ray. And it's a more raw version of what you guys probably saw on Netflix, but I'm so real proud of that one because it's gritty and it feels very real. And it is. Most of it, I mean, all the interviews are real. All of it is very genuine, but it's just kind of a little bit of a different take. But that being said, so since 2010 till present day, like, we've been knee deep in the haunt industry with stuff, and to watch it evolve and see where it's gone even in 5 years it's insane. We were flown over to Scotland for the Edinburgh Film Festival. That's where the UK premiere of the movie was, and they asked us to speak to all the London haunt owners of in London for all the haunt owners of the UK. So all the haunt owners over there in Europe came over, and it was really interesting to hear stories from them, and we spoke, our stories to them. It was really neat. It was a really cool experience, but, just kind of see how they do it over the pond.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's what I was wondering when you said that. Is haunts a lot different over there, how they do things?
They seem to be a little more personalized. Another strange thing is a lot of them are open in the spring. They're not really Halloween-based, which I thought was weird, but, they don't celebrate Halloween the way we do, even though it's a, European holiday. We kind of commercialized it, but they're trying to take it back a little bit. They seem to, the haunts are really interesting, really, really good people over there. So I think but what I saw with most of them they were very personalized and very, kind of, I'd say, boutique-y. And there was probably 10 people in the haunt, that would go in a group, and so, they'd know your name, stuff like that. So that was a little bit different than it is here for the bigger ones.
Yeah, that's definitely that'd be a strange experience to me, I guess you would say, more or less. Especially going during spring.
Yeah.
Because, like, springtime, you think of Easter or whatever, and...
No, I agree. It was very weird, and they weren't even open for Halloween, which I was strange. But I mean, I guess they got a reason for it over there.
Yeah. that is very odd. Maybe it rains too much in October. I don't know. I don't know.
Going through the haunts you did, what would you say the best one you went through during the movie or making the movie?
It's a tough call because they're all, they all kind of have their own personality, and everybody's scared of different things. Some people with dolls, some people, with clowns, as we've seen so much lately, and it's very strange. In the internet and Twitter world, we seem to get blamed for this clown problem out there. They keep blaming the houses October built, which, I mean, I guess, There's no such thing as bad press, but it's kind of strange that people have kind of taken it from there and associated it with the movie. But the clown stuff is everywhere, and it's pretty crazy. I thought it was a publicity stunt for the new It movie. That was my guess. And then even if it was, I bet you they're pulling back because I think there's a lot of copycat clowns out there, and they're getting
they're definitely not admitted to it. They're not admitting to that.
No.
And it's a pretty good ways out though. Like it's a few years out, isn't it? Like I mean,
they're shooting it right now, so I think they may have about a March early summer release date. So
of next year,
there was part of me that just thought it was next year.
Wow.
You should. The new Pennywise shots are pretty cool.
I've seen them. I just thought that it would still be maybe 2 years out, But
I
love it.
Come out next year.
Like, see, for my part of this aspect of this podcast is I'm new to horror, the horror genre.
Yeah.
Jim Jam, he's the expert. But I loved. I've always loved it. The clown, the evil clown. I'm not afraid of clowns.
I think the first half of it. I don't. The second half and the spider stuff just doesn't work for me. But the first half might be the scariest thing I'd ever seen too. I mean, it's stuck with me since I was a kid. Every time it rained, I didn't want to look in the sewer drain. I knew Pennywise was down there. I mean, it stuck with me. And what's even weirder is most people forget that wasn't a movie at the theaters. That movie was, I think, on NBC.
Yep, it was a TV movie.
2-part night.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And of course, I didn't get to watch it. Like, I had to wait till DVD or whatever come out.
Right.
Probably VHS, wasn't it?
No, it was DVD.
Yeah.
Oh. It was DVD because I didn't know it at first because it would come on TV. So and my parents aren't going to let me. I didn't really know of it, but when I got to watch it, I fell in love with that movie. And of course, it's like a 4-hour movie. It seems like.
Right. No, it is.
Because of 2 parts.
It's a 2-parter.
And oh man, I was just like, this movie is so great, and he is so evil. And I don't know what it was, but like I say, I'm still new to the horror genre. But going back to where you talk about phobias, I tell you, one of the phobias I had is claustrophobic, and the ending of the movie, the house is October built. Anxiety, like total anxiety, at the very end.
Mission accomplished.
I was just like, oh my God, there's no way. That'd be the worst way to die. Which I don't know if they died. I mean, honestly.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
And see, he said exactly. He's not giving you that answer.
Did you set it up for a sequel, or do we just got to guess on
it? Let's see. What would I say? I'd say it wasn't an ending. It was an intermission.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, so we could expect more hope.
Yeah, because because y'all went through one haunted house, and I was like, is this real? Is this part of the haunt? Like, or is it part of where they get taken? But obviously, it was a haunt because there was like 2 or 3 haunted houses before Louisiana happened. But man, that haunted house looks scary as hell. I don't know which it was.
They're impressive. A lot of them, man, they down to the last detail on most of these haunts. They really do a hell of a job.
What's the biggest one in Texas? Like the number one for Texas, I guess.
Well, the longest the longest in the world I know from Guinness World Book of Records is the Cutting Edge. In Fort Worth, and we did that one. That's actually more in the original movie, the one in 2011. But that's the biggest that I know of, or at least longest. And then now I've been hearing, what is it? Creepy Hollow down in Houston. I've heard it's pretty damn big and a good spot, but I haven't been there yet.
So how long is it though? Like, as far as Guinness Book World Record wise?
It takes about a little over an hour to get all the way through.
Wow.
And then they talk about people getting lost in there and finding them at like 3 a.m. People
what?
just still in the maze. Yeah.
Oh, it's got a maze.
Yeah, but people are just kind of stuck in there, don't know their way out.
I hate a damn maze, especially like pitch black maze.
Oh yeah. then the ending of the original will get to you a little bit.
Yeah. See, are you guys gonna like make the original? Just throw that up on Netflix. Let them see if they won't buy that.
Well, it's on. Yeah, and we were debating that this year actually, but because the Blu-ray's still out there, and that was like a big deal as a special feature on the Blu-ray and not the normal one. I think that's more like just a business deal the studio did, but yeah, I'm looking for. I would really like to have it on Netflix because it's obviously a much cheaper, raw version, but it's still a really cool ride. I mean, it's basically the same story. It's just a lot more interviews, which I enjoyed. It helps the authenticity of the bait.
I love the interviews too, and I was like, when you got to see them, it's like, this is cool. They're interviewing these people, and you kind of knew, like, because I knew there was a documentary of it, so I kind of knew that some parts of it were real and parts of it weren't.
I was wanting to ask one thing about the porcelain doll mask. Is that made for the movie, or did y'all?
Did somebody else have it?
That's made by SFX. Don't quote me on that. Let me draw a blank on their name. They make it online. It's a really cool mask. But this was actually we always get asked kind of, especially by actors and doing actual casting for some of these characters. And Zach and I were pretty adamant about using real scare actors because of kind of the same thing I was saying about the haunts. These guys have perfected a character for 5 or 6 years. It's their persona every Halloween, and they have their little traits, the little picadillos they enjoy and they've built on. So why would I cast some actor to do it, just for 2 weeks when somebody is actually, breathed, in that mask and brought it to life. So I just kind of used scare actors, and so that girl in particular, she did work at that haunt.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
because that mask looked really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, especially the fact that it moves with your mouth, with your chin. I think that's the thing that surprises a lot of people because you just figure that it's porcelain, but when it all of a sudden actually moves with your mouth with your screaming, it just doesn't really make any logical sense, and it's pretty creepy.
That was very creepy.
Another thing, have you heard of the band Kissing Candace?
Kissing Candace, no.
Okay, well, the lead singer uses that exact mask for his stage.
Really?
Yeah, but they got their logo like branded in the forehead of it.
I haven't seen that.
But that's why I was wondering if they, I guess that mask is just anywhere for to sell, right?
Yeah, it's a really expensive mask, obviously, because they did
I imagine
a lot of great detail on that and the way it's the material that it's made from. But no, that's cool. I'd like to. I'll look up one of their videos.
Yeah, they're like a horror themed metal band.
Oh, they're kind of like a Slipknot gore thing.
Yeah. One of their videos takes place in an abandoned warehouse, and it's pretty crazy.
Well, speaking of that, let's get on like a personal level. Do you like heavy metal, like death metal, or the liquid metal music?
Honestly, I liked all kinds of music. Like growing up, I did. I think a lot of that was a lot of it was influenced in when videos mattered more, or at least they were something different than they are today. I always enjoyed it because most of the stuff kind of had a little bit of a horror goth theme, and I just kind of always, gravitated towards that. And but I mean, honestly, all types of music, I really like the ones that miss telling a story just within 3 minutes, 4 minutes, not just lyrics, but telling a story. And that's what used to be so cool about those videos. So I kind of missed that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that definitely...
Yeah, like the old Guns N' Roses videos.
November Rain or something?
Yeah, like they told a story, and then Even Metallica with the
Inner Sandman.
yeah, them were badass fucking videos though.
Yeah, November Rain's like an 8-minute short, so
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But quite a few of their videos on that and I can't think of the album that it come off with right on hand.
Appetite of Destruction.
But quite a few of them were really long.
Use your illusion.
Yeah, that's what it is.
November
Use
Rain.
your illusion. They had quite a few the short films, like you said, are really long videos, which are really good at the time. And you don't get, of course, you're not going to get that anymore because they're just all about money and get their song out there
Right.
and let's make money.
Well, and MTV doesn't really even exist the way it started. So,
No,
you'd be
it's all
lucky
ridiculousness
you'd be lucky
now.
to find a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, the MTV is a sore subject for me nowadays.
But they got the MTV Classic channel though. Yeah, where they're showing all just like music videos, like the old music videos.
Well, eventually it'll be Teen Mom
MTV
that
Classic
reruns on it.
reality
as long as
shows.
it's not, fucking Road Rules 17. I don't need any more of that. Just
Yeah.
put the videos back on.
After the first two, it was done.
Yeah.
Like you got your fill of it.
Yeah.
I believe that the first ones to do reality TV though.
I think, was it Real World? Was the
Yeah, I
first
think that was the
reality
very
show?
first one though.
Anyway,
Anyways, we get off subject a lot on this. ADD kicks in, this shit goes sideways.
so, is there anything you're working on right now you want to talk about?
There's 2 projects, but I'm not allowed to say the titles of them just yet. So hopefully, maybe there'll be some kind of Halloween announcement, something like that, if we can. But unfortunately, I can't yet. But it's been cool. Yeah, we've been busy. Zach and I were actually hired on to rewrite another horror film for next year. So we'll see what happens with that. Just kind of still staying in the genre and just trying to make it, just trying to scare people a little bit in a different way. I'm not big on seeing the same stuff over and over again. That just really bothers me because it just doesn't work. I don't want to recycle something. So
Yeah.
if there's a way, I mean, it's the same. People roll their eyes a little bit at found footage, and I get that because it's there's been too much of it that's not very good. But it's a cheap way, so it's very tough to weed it out. And that's what we were just trying to make with Houses, is going back to the root of the word found footage, and trying to make it as realistic as possible and give a reason for everything. Try to give a reason why you're still filming, but incorporate real people. I've said it in interviews before, but so many people associate us with Blair Witch, that style, and ultimately we were trying to make a horror version of Borat, and taking their approach, minus the comedy, but just putting real people in real situations with a narrative being told at the same time. And so it's kind of, you don't really see it if you're not really looking for it, but we're more Borat-ish. I at least like to think so, and that was the approach I took.
Well, in my opinion, like they said, this was like found footage film. I didn't see it as a found footage film though. When I watched it, I didn't get that feeling of, well, because I heard, this is supposed to be a found footage film, but then when I watched it, I was like, how is this supposed to be a found footage film? These are people going out and filming and making a movie, and it was a good movie, and I didn't get that whole found footage film. It wasn't shaky like if people compared to Blair Witch. I just watched Blair Witch for the first time too this year when we interviewed Ed Sanchez.
It's tough for you to judge now because what's so cool that I always give those guys credit for is it's 99, the beginning of the internet, and they knew how to use the internet against us, and that's what was so smart about that movie. So out of context, Blair Witch doesn't work today.
No.
Because they're fake from frame one. But in 99, it was extremely smart, and they did what they could. But watching it 20 years later, if you'd never seen it, and obviously knowing that it's fake, I can't imagine it works very well.
Well, the movie, I actually enjoyed Blair Witch, like, as far as the movie went. But when we talked to Ed, he said it himself, when he was asked, he would tell people, the film's not real. Like, he didn't lead on to it, that it was real, from what he told us.
Huh.
He said when people up front asked him, and, you know, his partner with it, they didn't lead on like, oh, this is a real deal. Now, the studio that bought it led on that it was real. But them,
they put missing signs on telephone poles.
them two did not lead on that it was real. But I guess they probably pushed them out of the spotlight a little bit, too, to kill that whole it's not real deal. You know, because you know how studios do.
Definitely. But that's interesting that they didn't really play along with that side of it.
Yeah, because that's what he was telling us, because when I asked him, he was just like, he's like, no. I was like, because I said, well, y'all went along with that it was real. He's like, no, we didn't. So, you know, I thought that was very interesting, too. I was like, holy shit. But studios will do what they do.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a good promotion tool on their part.
But with y'all's movie, so, okay, I want to get into a plot of this. Am I correct when I seen 3 people in the caskets, right? Or am I wrong?
Wait, say that again?
3 people are in the caskets at the end, right? I mean, I'm not trying to ruin the movie for people.
4 people are in
4?
the casket. Yeah.
See, then I missed one.
So there's me, Mike, Zach, and Brandy.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Now that I. So what happened to? What's his name? Hold on. No. Jeff. He's in on it. He's in on it.
No, we don't know.
No. Jeff is in on it. He played you fools.
Oh, you think a guy rapping by the fire like that?
Yeah.
To pull one over on us?
That was good. That was good. His Ohio rap, his farm boy rap. That was a good rap. That was so
funny. I saw some kid transcribed it, and it's on the internet like it's a song, and it's just ridiculous to read.
My sister was here watching the movie. She watched part of it with me, and she was just like, what the hell was that? What is he talking about?
Well, and that's the thing that we tried to incorporate, because it's tough. You see some of these movies and you right away know these people aren't friends. It feels a little cardboardy, and that's going to really hurt your ultimate goal of making people believe it's real. So some of the scenes, I guess, you know, some critics had problems with inside jokes and us talking about things that don't really push the plot, and that was all done on purpose, because to me characterization is a lot more important, and you need to, one, in any horror movie, care about somebody before you kill somebody. I mean, it's just, otherwise it's not going to have any effect. And so when you do stuff like that, you want to throw in some of the weird shit because you'll remember it.
Yeah.
And that rap is definitely one of those things that it pushes his character in a different direction. You're just kind of, but you get that we can tease him. You get that just kind of who he is, and he becomes a little more lifelike.
Yeah, especially after the poem that he wrote too. It was just like, what?
Oh,
that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, the poem's my favorite part. But and it's a slow little scene right there, but it's so strange. And by the way, that poem is real. That is a real poem he wrote.
See, I was thinking that was something somebody really wrote. Like it was so bad.
Yeah, he wrote it, and we basically pulled it out of his bag, and that seems pretty spot on exactly what happened.
That's funny. That's so good.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna watch the movie again. I might try to do it tonight, but I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely a movie that you can watch over and over, because you would probably pick up on more stuff as you watch it every time, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, no, I hope so. You know, and I definitely think there's clues to other questions that haven't been asked yet that can be answered, and then, and with that it'll create more questions. But there are some different things that happen in the movie that a lot of people don't bring up that are still there. But ultimately, it's a Halloween adventure, and in a perfect world, people have it on their rotation each year. That would mean a lot to me, and hoping that we execute it the way we wanted to, because we just kind of the same way I like watching Christmas movies around Christmas. There's certain Halloween movies you want to watch, and surprisingly, there's not a ton of them that take place on Halloween. There's not a lot of Halloween movies. I mean, even Halloween with Michael Myers is not really a Halloween movie. It's it's more about him. So
yeah,
with the exception of like Trick or Treat and stuff like that, there's not a ton.
Yeah.
Okay, just so I can say that I asked this for my sister. One part of the movie where he's arguing that the video was taken in one of the haunted houses, Mikey was arguing with, I guess, supposed to be the main guy of the haunted house. They almost got into a fight.
Right.
My sister the whole time was like, "Is that real? Is that real?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure that's not real, Amy. That cannot be real."
He probably wouldn't agree to let them use
Yeah,
the
he was
footage.
like, "You can't bring a video camera. I know you took footage. I know that was fake, right?"
I can't. There's about 6 things in the movie I never answer whether they are or not, and that's one of them. So unfortunately, I can't do that. But because that back RV camera was running. But yeah, I like everyone, because people have different interpretations of a lot of things that happen, and I really like that, because I don't think one person is right and one person is wrong on some of the stuff. Zach and I always talk about, if a lot of people like movies with a bow wrapped on it. Personally, I'd rather have you and your date argue on the way to the car on what happened, or stuff like that. So basically, even what you and your sister were doing on a small part of the movie, I like that, and it kind of just evokes different thoughts, opinions, and steers the story in a direction that maybe you need and the other person doesn't. So I kind of like that. So I'm gonna chalk that up for.
I'll agree 100% with you, because if I think it's fake and she thinks it's real, it might push me to think that maybe it was real.
Right.
I mean,
like it'll
because it was a good scene though.
directions
Like
for
the
it.
way that the acting was done. I don't know. Well, we can't say that it was acting because we don't know, but the way that it was done is like, damn, that was very well done.
What about like the scene where he climbs on top of the roof, pisses the owner off even more?
Oh, come on. That was part of the movie.
Dude. Yeah. Yep, there's that too. Pissing off the clowns, apparently that's not a good thing to do these days.
Yeah, because if you climb up there without permission, they would beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Because it looked like you guys were out in the middle of nowhere in that. I mean, I don't know if that's...
We were.
So
that one clown was almost about 7 feet tall.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a scary dude.
Damn, because some of them are like out in the middle of nowhere, and there's tons of people there. It's like that's where I would think Blue Skeleton would be. Like, honestly,
Blue Skeleton is never in one place.
Well, obviously not, because the way that the movie went was there's portions of it everywhere. Is that how it?
Right.
Is that how it should be taken? Is that what you're saying right now?
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a little bit of, lack of a better word, but like skull and bones to it, where
Okay, yeah.
Some people are involved all around. That's the only way you can make something like a moving haunt, or let's call it an invisible haunt, even exist and work.
Is that real though?
Because
is that a real thing?
One of those 6 questions.
No, I mean seriously though. Like, I mean, are there really haunt chat rooms?
Oh yeah.
I mean, but like underground haunt chat rooms. Like, did y'all find that out for real?
Yeah, they. I told the story for the first time a couple weeks ago, but a guy offered me $50,000 to have somebody do exactly what happened to the kids in the movie, and want the blue skeleton to show up at his home. Here's his home address, and have exactly that happen to him.
He's going to pay you $50,000 to do it?
Yep.
You know how much money it would cost, though, to do that, though? Like, $50,000 does not seem enough. In my opinion.
You can give me a shovel in a couple hours and $50K to put you in the ground.
But wouldn't you have to, though, take him through a scary ass haunt and freak the hell out of him before that?
Yeah, there's a lot of wheels in that. So
because at the end of the movie, wherever you guys were, I don't know where you all were, but like whoever, I could not figure out. Was it Zach that had the glow stick? Oh, wait, it was you that
Zach
had
the glow stick. Yeah.
Okay,
no, Zach had the glow stick.
And I could not figure out what was going on with him, but he was scared. Like,
oh yeah.
Were you guys in a haunt at the time, and people were just banging around like you didn't know what was going to happen?
Oh, it was more about isolation. I think that's really scary because I think the toughest guy on the planet, you separate him from the group, and anything goes. You don't know how people react, and isolation is a big deal to me with some of these haunts because I think that's the easiest way to scare people. Spiders, clowns, dolls, do all of the above. That's fine, but you put somebody by themselves, and you just turn the lights out.
Oh, I'd be freaked.
You're going to get a better reaction.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I might have to try to go through a haunt by myself.
Oh, I'd be freaked out. Like in a group, I'm good to go because I'm sitting in the back. I'm laughing my ass off because everybody in front of me is getting scared. Because I always get shoved to the back of the line.
So if you go to the front of the line, you do get that feel like, what's coming out next?
But I'm always shoved at the end, which I take that spot.
We found a couple that were one in, one out. And a couple years back, there was a haunt. There was a haunt where you're completely in the dark, and they make you take your shoes off, and you go into the room by yourself, and then you just hear squish, 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 and you don't know what you're stepping on. You don't have shoes on, and then all of a sudden floodlights pop on, and you look around, and there's about 1,000 used condoms on the ground.
Oh, that's gross. That's disgusting.
And you paid money to do it.
Ugh.
Oh, that'd be horrible. And you probably don't know if it's real or not, or is it real?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. You got no idea, and you sure as hell don't want to find out.
You know some of them are real, though. You know some of them are real because, the dude in there is like, ha, 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 I'm getting these motherfuckers this year. There's some dude in there that's like that. There's got to be. But there's probably a woman in there that's like that. Like, yeah, these motherfuckers are getting it this year. You know it.
Yeah. You never know, and that's the best part. This movie basically stemmed from the idea of does a tree fall in the forest when a tree falls in the forest doesn't make a sound. We all know that it does, but yet you can't prove that it doesn't, right? So we wanted to apply that to, have you ever seen a dead body in a haunted house? Well, you can't definitively tell me that you haven't, because some of this shit looks so real, it smells real. I mean, you just don't know what you're looking at sometimes. And so maybe you have, maybe you haven't, and we kind of expanded the narrative from that idea.
Yeah, that's one thing with Nashville Nightmare we like about, they use smells a lot in there. And not a lot of haunts, well, I guess
around here,
cheaper budget ones probably don't do that because I'm sure it's expensive to incorporate the smell.
Yeah.
But
we had a couple, we've heard of people using roadkill.
I'm telling you, there's one part where you go in, and I swear to God, they pissed in the toilet and left it there.
Oh, yeah.
They had to have.
What's the cheap way to do it?
There ain't no way not.
We had guns pulled on us in New Mexico for a haunt, and they separated us and put bags over our heads, put our shirts over our head, I can't remember, and then the things they were saying in our ear, we never even saw the people that did it, and then you felt that cold steel, 2 barrels in your back, just sitting there, and you're like, and it crosses your mind: is this real or is this a haunt? And they were priding themselves on, they had like 125 piss outs where people pissed their pants and had to leave.
Damn, where's that haunt at?
It's outside. I think it was outside Albuquerque.
Something like that. It'd be just to get the shit scared out of you like that would be. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, no, my brother Mikey was with us as well, and he had a different story because his whole experience was something completely kind of out there. He was blindfolded, walked down a hallway, and they kicked him off what he said was a cliff. And when you're falling and you can't see anything,
oh my God,
he felt like it was 100 feet. Yeah, he felt like it was 100 feet. He ends up going into like a styrofoam pit, but still, like, it just feels like it's bottomless.
Oh wow,
and that got to him. Yeah,
that'd be so crazy.
Oh yeah,
I can't believe people.
Yeah.
You just give Jim Jam ideas over here. He's like, damn, he's
yeah,
foaming at the mouth to open up a haunted house like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what haunts are you looking forward to this season that you haven't gone to yet?
Horror Nights is always fun in LA, but sometimes I really do like the Ma and Pa ones, a little bit off the map.
Yeah.
I think those are a lot of fun. I wanted to do a little bit more. I'm going to do a lot in LA, and then some in the Pacific Northwest. There's a Nightmare on the Nile in Seattle. There's My Morbid Mind in Seattle. I think a lot of these places, like kind of outskirts Seattle, I want to try just to kind of have the different location. I think the geography really changes the identity of a haunt. So it'll be cool to kind of see how they're doing it up there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Which one is it, real quick, on the one in California, something Manor, that they tie you up and stuff?
That's McCamey Manor in San Diego. Yeah, they have 24,000 people on the wait list.
Jesus.
And, yeah, it's pretty nuts. But it was really crazy is they had us come to Scare LA they like speak, sign autographs, do that kind of thing last year. And some of the guys from McCamey Manor came up to us, and it was really neat because they were like telling us how much they enjoyed the movie. And they either, that movie's fucked up and stuff. And I was really like, yeah, you work in McCamey Manor. Like, how fucked up was it? Because, you're in there for 6 to 8 hours. But it was funny because they said they wanted to incorporate our ending of the movie into some of the stuff they do. So I don't know if they did or not. I told them they better slap a blue skeleton logo on that coffin then.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, because 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
You'd be dehydrated being that scared for 6 to 8 hours, though.
Yeah, I heard you have to sign something that they could shave your head.
What?
I'm a bald guy, so
I'm going bald anyway.
They can't shave me.
Damn, if you're a woman and they shave your head.
A free haircut? Oh, yeah. Well, not a free haircut.
That'd be like a nightmare. They could bring a woman in there, some women, shave their head and let them go in 2 to 3 minutes, and it'd be the scariest experience they've ever had. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the ones in the UK we found out has 100% throw up rate.
Oh, what?
Throw up.
Yeah.
Why?
Pretty nuts.
Why would you want to go into that?
I don't like throwing up.
Is it because of the smell?
I'll tell you why. Because so you can be the first that didn't throw up. That's why I would do it.
Yeah, but did they say because of the smell it is, or?
I don't know. They don't let a lot of that stuff out. I'm assuming it's some fear factor type stuff in there.
Like eating stuff?
The show. Yeah, like the show, yeah.
Who goes through a haunted house and have to eat stuff?
Well, that's the thing. Over in Europe, they're going to have different rules in the, those regulations aren't going to be the same as ours.
To hell with that shit. I'd be like, damn, I ain't getting $50,000 to eat this shit. I paid you to eat this.
You got to earn it. You got to get your T-shirt.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you get a T-shirt if you go through?
I'd be like, damn.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
I wish Aldo would give me a
T-shirt. I did the San Jose hot sauce challenge that they did on Man vs. Food, and won. It's insane. But I finished it, and they gave me a shirt, and I signed something that said I could bleed from the nose, like that. They're not liable for it. But man, that was ridiculous. But it was worth it because they gave me that T-shirt.
A hot sauce challenge. I'm not sure. I watched every Man vs. Food. I don't recall that one.
Yeah, he went to San Jose, and the rumor is this place used to spray the wings with mace.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it's nasty, man. I mean,
so did you eat wings?
Yeah, it's only like seven wings, but there's only like 30 people that have ever done it.
Is that the first one that he did? Like, because he failed at the first try that he did one of the challenges, and he come back and beat it.
I don't know if he's on the wall. I can't remember if he accomplished it or not. But
okay.
It's tough. It's tough.
So you like spicy food?
I love it.
So you can eat tons of spicy food, obviously. Jeez.
So have you did what's that pepper?
Oh, the
Reaper,
the Carolina Reaper. You've eat it?
I've done the what's the one that
Ghost pepper.
There's a Viper one. Well,
Scorpion.
I did Zach from the movie. Zach from the movie gave me as a wedding present. He gave me the Source. If you guys ever heard of that, and it's like $150 bottle of hot sauce.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to just put like a prick from a toothpick on your stuff. And if you go on the internet, it's funny. You'll see there's a bunch of like big Japanese dudes doing it on 1 grain of rice, and they were crying.
No way. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who Cult Moo is, but you probably don't. But they're on YouTube as well, and they do crazy food challenges and eat. But there's a potato chip company made the 1 chip challenge.
The 1 chip challenge. I just ordered it actually like a couple of days ago.
Oh my god, dude!
I haven't gotten it yet.
The box is awesome. I watched the video of it. Of them doing it. The box is amazing. The packaging is amazing. You're gonna love it. But it's 1 chip, and of course there's something else in there, and there's a glass in there. But it's 1 packaged chip, and they're just like, this chip better be whole, because if they package this and this shit ain't whole, it'll be worth nothing. And they eat this 1 chip, and he chews it up, and he's just like, he said that it was kind of like a ghost pepper.
Right. That's a great campaign, though. I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah, but he was in pain, straight up pain. Are you going to put that on YouTube or? Come on.
Am I going to put it on YouTube if I do it?
Yeah.
No, I don't like. It's funny because you look like some people have pictures of me doing the one in San Jose, and I swear to you, it looked like I looked like a vampire because it sucked all the color out of you. I was so pale white, but there was this. It looked like blood red. It looked like I just ripped somebody's throat out. Like, it's a weird picture. And because I wasn't even there, like my lips shuddering. It took me. I'd never even had a White Russian in my life that night, and I drank like 18 because I had to go to a wedding, and I was only doing it because of the milk in it, and I was just sitting in the corner of that whole wedding because it was awful.
Oh, so you did that before you went to a wedding?
Yep. I was in San Jose. I was trying to figure out something to do. It was a night wedding.
That's insane.
So a couple of us went. Yeah.
But like they said, the pain lasts 7 to 8 minutes with the chip, so you're all good.
Some of them, the good stuff, it starts heating up after the fact. That's the scary
see, that's
part.
the whole thing. Like it builds. He's over there, his mouth is drilling, snot's coming out. He's over here hitting the table. That's what I'm saying. And you're just going to just like do it by yourself, like in your room, and just get a chip and just be like, I got the 1 chip challenge. I'm doing this by myself. See if I can do this. Like,
Yep, I just want to check it off the list.
Oh, damn. People need to see that kind of stuff, though.
Is that one thing that you're going to have a gallon of milk beside you for?
Oh, their challenge was, the one chip challenge was, you can't eat or drink anything for 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That's the same rule in the San Jose Wings thing. You can bring milk, but it sits in front of you for 5 minutes, and they won't give you a napkin, so you have to lick your fingers clean, and that's part of the contest.
Oh. Yeah, that was their one chip challenge as far as Colt Move went. And, 5 minutes. Eat the chip, chew it up, and that thing is seasoned heavily with just Reaper dust. Could not imagine eating it. No way.
What if you accidentally got a little bit?
I've had ghost pepper extract, the hot sauce where a guy made some hot wings with it. Delicious hot wings. Oh man, their taste is so good. Hey, we're so freaking hot. I've never had anything that spicy.
That my brother brought me back ghost peppers he was working in India for a little while and brought them back for me.
God.
But he reminded me that these are the peppers that they use in some of the villages, and they put them on fence posts to deter elephants from coming in.
Yeah.
So, they're probably not supposed to be consumed by humans.
That's so crazy that people eat that shit. And you're one of them people, though.
I am.
You're that guy. Just give me it, I'll just eat it whole, chew it up.
Situations, it's not like I love it, but it just ends up happening.
I don't love it, I just do it. That's your shirt. I don't love hot things, I just eat them. Wow, that's crazy. What about Christmas horror movies? Do you watch Christmas horror movies, or have you heard of any coming out lately?
It's funny. I actually have saved Krampus because I want to watch it on Christmas Eve, and so I don't even if it's no good, I don't know. But I didn't love that.
Out. It's not good.
The one that 3 years ago, the Danish one that everybody liked, Special Delivery or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen that. No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cool, but it's just it was a little bit overrated, I think. So there's not a lot of them out there. I remember a Tales from the Crypt episode. I think it's the only Tales from the Crypt DVD I own, but I always liked that one because it was this crazed Santa that was sneaking in people's chimneys. But it was like a 30-minute Tales from the Crypt, so I watched that sometime.
Well, there's one coming out in the UK called Good Tidings.
Looks good.
Yeah, we got a screening of it, and it's a little dark as far as lighting goes, but the very 5 minutes in, Doug gets his head cut off.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm new to horror, so as far as all these movies go, and really getting into it, I'm no expert, but I enjoyed it.
But some of that stuff was good. I'd read, sometimes you want somebody who's seasoned to watch it, and then yet to some people, it'll be the first time you've ever seen a one of those kills or that mask, and so it can work on you that doesn't work on other people. The
whole thing is there's 3 insane guys, and they dress up like Santa Claus. They have masks on that are freaky as hell. They go and they just terrorize all these homeless people in this one building. It's pretty crazy.
I'm going to have to check that out. It sounds good.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out in December of this year.
I've always wanted Eli Roth's Thanksgiving to come to life, but I don't know if it'll ever happen. Have you guys seen the fake trailer for that?
I haven't seen it.
No.
So he made a fake trailer for Tarantino's Grindhouse movie, and it was a fake Thanksgiving 70s type movie where you have this deranged pilgrim killing people, and it's great. The trailer's awesome, and they've talked about it for a long time. I don't know why they haven't done it, because there's no such thing as a Thanksgiving horror movie. They would absolutely crush it.
I just heard something about that a little while ago. There's no such thing as a Thanksgiving horror movie.
That's true.
But they have it. I mean, when you guys see this trailer, you know, it has that cool 70s vibe. They even used the Grindhouse type voiceover. It's great, and you can easily see how it's come together pretty fast. So I'm surprised, you know, he's making these smaller movies like Knock Knock and stuff like that. To not be able to get that movie together, I don't understand why.
Did you watch Clown?
I have not seen Clown yet. I saw the short, though, that they got. How is it?
I haven't seen the short, but we watched the film, and
Yeah. It's pretty brutal.
It's a wild movie.
Nice.
It's pretty wild. I thought it was just the backstory of it and the history of the clown suit and what it is I really enjoyed that movie. But I know someone that my sister and her friends try to watch it, and they're just like, we couldn't watch it. It's too, because the content, they just couldn't do it. That's what happens when you have kids.
Check that out.
You know.
Yeah.
They can.
When you have kids, all of a sudden you get backlogged on these movies, and you don't get a chance to see all the ones you want to.
Well, the whole content is what they do to the kids that they couldn't do it. They couldn't watch it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she could not.
Gotcha.
She did not enjoy that.
Yeah,
It's like, hell yeah.
Well, there's nothing worse out there than a Serbian film. So
I haven't
if
seen.
you find a movie that tops that, if you find a movie that tops that one,
I haven't
please
seen
let me know, because it's
the Serbian
fucked
film.
up as a kid. It's called A Serbian Film,
A Serbian.
and that's as out there and as fucked up as you can get.
If you can get it, so it's like not legal to.
Yeah, it has like that Faces of Death sticker on there where you can get the unrated UK version, and it's like banned in so many countries.
shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember watching The Faces of Death when I was kids. They'll renting them at the Blockbuster or something. That was some crazy movies.
Yeah, so now watch it again. So I had this whole nostalgic thing. I was like, oh, Faces of Death. We're actually using it for there's a deleted scene in Houses talking about Faces of Death, and we went back to go watch it. It's all completely fake, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, as a kid, I just thought it was a snuff film. I really did. If you go back and watch it, all the edits are right before the violence happens, with the exception of maybe like the monkey brains and
what about the woman getting ran over by a train? And
yeah, all of it is fake. I'm telling you, you watch the edits and they're all fake. And then I read this really cool. Yeah, I read a really, really cool article. I think it was like last year, and one of the creators of Faces of Death said, you know, he admitted to a lot of stuff faking it, and he said, but the strangest thing that ever happened to them is they went out. They completely had filmed the series, and they went out to film a credit sequence, basically just on the beach and the waves coming in and sun going down, and a dead, I think, surfer rolls in with the waves up on the shore while they're filming a credit sequence. And he's like, the irony being that is the only real dead body like in the movie.
Holy
shit! And it just happened them shooting the credit sequence.
Because like we had the one kid that his parents would let rent them movie. You know, like we're 12, 13 years old, and you got the one family that will allow their kid to watch that stuff, and we'd always stay at the night over there and be able to watch, and it's all fake. We're really going to be very disappointed.
Did that just ruin your childhood?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, no, because those are the things that stick out to us when we're 12.
Yeah.
And you remember them forever, and that's why, I mean, that's the whole point of the zombie strip club scene in Houses. It's because I know 13-year-old Bobby goes, what the fuck? I'll remember how weird and strange a place like that is, because it's not just a normal strip club. It's not. I wanted it to be, you know, I needed like a From Dusk Till Dawn haunted house version.
Yeah.
Okay, so was that a real strip club?
Question number 4.
Son of a bitch. Because it was D&D Club. Like, you had it in the credits. I did watch the credits. So you
No,
can't...
D&D, D&D's the Scare Actor bar.
So that was a scare bar.
Where people hang out after work.
That wasn't a strip club. You just gave it away.
No.
I'm just kidding. That was, but it was wild because the people. I was just sitting there thinking, "What the fuck? These women are wearing masks. How can you? That's not enjoyable to me."
No, that's a different scene. though. I'm referring to the Scare Actor bar where we go to look for Mr. Giggles and Brandy gets.
That's right. Yeah, duh. Yeah, you're right.
That's a Scare Actor bar, but the strip club.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
So, is that? That's fucked up. I can see a bar doing that. I can see a strip club doing that though, like around Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Like having.
Oh yeah, you know how many times we had to get coverage of that shot and keep messing it up on purpose?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure your brother was just like, "Oh, oops, I didn't take the shot correctly. My bad."
Oh yeah. I think Jeff went through about 4 sweatpants.
Oh, that's messed up.
Hell yeah.
But Mikey, he's got him pressed against his face and he's taking the shot down. My sister was like, "Oh my God, that's so nasty." That's like that, because she was thinking more of, that's so unhealthy. Like, you don't know these women.
How many guys have done that?
Yeah, like, well, just like, what's on their body? You don't know who's touched.
Yeah. And a crazy weird fact is that the same shot. You guys seen Dallas Buyers Club with McConaughey?
Say that again?
The Dallas Buyers Club, the one McConaughey won for Best Actor, and Jared Leto. They both won.
No,
Oscars.
I didn't watch that movie.
Yeah, it's actually their performances are incredible. It's really good. But there's a major scene in that movie that's very serious, and I'm looking at it, and I noticed, this sounds really weird, but there's a frog in that tank, and I know that scene from editing it so much. There's a frog in that tank, and I see it over McConaughey's head in the movie, and I'm like, holy shit, they're shooting that scene in the same strip club.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's...
It's all because I noticed the damn frog.
Just because of the frog?
Yeah.
Hey, but you looked at it, like you said, you edited it so much. You looked at it so much, you're just like, every detail about that strip club now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing, though.
Every nook and cranny. Yep.
You see a spot, you're like, is that? No, I don't know if that's natural. That probably shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Fucking Jeff, he left it again.
So, all right, well, I'll let you guys go. But, hopefully some more news soon. But I appreciate you guys taking the time, and, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the movie.
Heck yeah, Bobby. We appreciate it. Hey, what about, you got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
Twitter.
Yeah, I'm Bobby Roe 1, BOBBYROE 1 on Twitter. And then on Instagram is basically just the houses site. So it's houses October built. There's no it's just houses October built. But it's a cool site because a lot of the stuff there's so many stills from the movie and so many different things that you get to see behind the scenes, and even if we're currently at haunts, a lot of the times we'll do if there's any kind of portraits of scare actors and stuff like that. So the Instagram is taking a lot of pride in, so we enjoyed that.
Awesome. Well, Bobby, we greatly appreciate you being here, and thank you for coming on.
No problem. I appreciate you having me on.
Had a great time.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Have a good one.
Sounds good. Y'all have a good Halloween.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's all we got, guys. We out.
Peace. Like, share, subscribe, hit up the Patreon if you want to. Check it out. All the links will be in the description below. Hit up Bobby Roe. Cool guy. Hit him up. Watch the film if you haven't seen it. And hopefully we get to check out the documentary soon. We love you guys.
Bye. See you guys.
us later.